welcome back to Crystal's Tarot. This is going to be your reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for October of 2020. If you're interested in knowing the decks used in today's reading, or you want to reach out to me for a personal reading, you can find all that information in the description box below, along with some details about me. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start with our singing bowl to clean our vibration, lift our vibration. Go ahead and get comfortable. Inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Just want to remind everybody to always remember to stay in your own power. Never give your power away to a reading, a reader, or anyone or anything else. We have all been blessed with their own intuition, our own internal guidance system. However, this reading is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. I do wait for the cards to come out, so if you're pressed for time, please feel free to fast forward. You might be dealing with a difficult time right now, and you're just waiting for your ships to come in, trying to make a decision. You might be considering moving. You have the Two of Pentacles, or excuse me, Two of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So it looks like you've made a decision about something, or you're in the process of making a decision about something, and you're just waiting for your ships to come in, so to speak, for your wishes to be fulfilled. You have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So you might be trying to bring in prosperity, make a movement or an action towards your prosperity or something that's stable for you. Again, you have the Knight of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. So it looks like you're just waiting for your ships to come in regards to prosperity, something tangible. There's been a burden that's been hard for you to deal with, and you're getting ready to set that down if you haven't already. This could be in regards to a long-term relationship. You might be transitioning from a job, changing jobs. You have the Seven of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. So you might feel like somebody has been trying to get away with something. Somebody's been doing something sneaky and shady behind your back, maybe talking about you behind your back. Yeah, and you kind of found out about it and called them on their shit, basically, so to speak. With the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, this might have been somebody that you were trying to build something with, but it didn't work out in the way that you had expected and hoped, and you're wishing for a new opportunity in love, and or somebody that you had a loving connection with was trying to get away with something. You have the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. So what that speaks about is trying to use your intuition about loving connections going forward. You might not be speaking about these things, you're just kind of using your intuition, but you are hoping and should be soon provided with an opportunity of love in your near future. You've been looking and evaluating things with the Seven of Pentacles here and the Ace of Cups as to what you've been building, evaluating on who you've been putting your love and interest in, and trying to have a more balanced approach about that going forward. With the Hierophant here in the Seven of Pentacles, you might have been in a connection that was not suitable for you. It did not allow you to fulfill your highest and greatest good. And now you're just trying to move on and build, and you're thinking about ways that you can build stability and abundance for yourself going forward. We're going to have one more shuffle and we'll get started. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So you're starting to try and put movement towards trying to create abundance for yourself. You're trying to have something that you can be confident in, that you feel stable with moving forward, something you can be proud of. Thank you, Father. This is for Leo, October 2020, Leo, October 2020. I want to look at this one, just see what the energy is. Two of Swords. So you're trying to make a decision, you're trying to bring clarity to yourself. Or there might be something that you're not allowing yourself to see just yet. Your energy did come out with the bottom of the deck. Sorry, is how you see yourself. But we're going to evaluate that energy when we get there. Give me just one moment, Leo. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Okay. The bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Pentacles again, and this is a card that came out multiple times during your pre-shuffle. So what that speaks about is making movement or taking a movement towards either your financials or something that's stable for you for the long run. And it probably took a long time to get there or receive that opportunity, but it's just around the corner, it looks like. Leo, October 2020, Leo, October 2020. Thank you, Spirit. Leo, October 2020. Yeah, you want a new opportunity that you could be passionate about, something that you have the Hierophant again. So you might be wanting to have a long-term connection or commitment, but you want it to be something that's authentic, genuine, and sincere. No more of this sneaky, shady behavior. The Hierophant came out again. It's the third appearance. You had it multiple times during your pre-shuffle. The Ace of Wands also came out a little short while ago. I'm going to take it up. Okay. Let's get more on that one. Leo. Okay. Oh, wow, you got a little mini book here. But I always say I'm not one of those readers who say there's too many cards. Whatever the cards come out, I feel like it's Spirit want to make that message known. So we're going to do that. Okay. It looks like you're trying to really bring in your abundance. The bottom of the deck for your clarifiers is the Four of Wands. This speaks about a solid foundation in regards to your home life. And that's something that it's took a while for you to get to that point of trying to bring that in or allowing that to come in, but you're approaching that energy. You should start to see it if you don't already in your near future. Your current energy, you have the King of Cups clarified with the Empress. So with the cups here, it could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With the Empress, it's something that you're trying to give birth to. So you're trying to have a solid connection where you're speaking love and acting out of love, and the person that you're connecting with is as well. And it seems like it's a new energy. It's not something that you're used to or familiar with too much as of yet. You're trying to bring this in right now. And that's super cute. And what's crossing that is the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. So you want this next opportunity to come in and to provide you with a solid foundation that's acts in love and that you feel loving about it, where it's a solid, sturdy foundation. With the King and Queen here of the same deck, it speaks about an actual true connection. Like this is like a power couple, right? And I thought you had, no, okay. So this speaks about a power couple. So you might have this currently, or somebody might have recently provided you with communications of their love, or they will be providing that to you. It's going to be something that you see a solid connection with them, that you want to move it along to the next level. You want to create a solid, stable foundation with them. But you kind of have a little bit of hesitant too, but you're very excited to do it. And with this being a pair here with the King and the Queen, okay, so I'm getting a couple things actually all of a sudden. You might be in conflict with whoever you're in a marriage with right now, and or you're wanting that solid connection to come in for you, that it acts out of love, it speaks out of love, you feel loved in it, it feels authentic, and it's a power couple. It's where both of them are concerned with the other person. Neither of them are being selfish. They're both being their authentic, true self, and it's something you want to actually have manifested in your life. You want it to birth something. You want it to create. The bottom energy, which I always equate this to like what's at your soul level. You have the Nine of Wands clarified with the Devil card. So there's been some struggles that you had. There might have been some codependency, some toxic energies around you that you've been dealing with for quite a while, and you're tired of dealing with that energy. If you can see in this Nine of Wands, this gentleman has been to battle. He's kind of tattered and bruised. His clothes are like all tattered over here. He's got a bandage on his head up here. And he's just taking a break out right now because it's been very difficult for him to deal with it. And with the devil energy, you can definitely understand why. It's been toxic for him. It's been hard. It's been a heavy burden. And he's carried it this far, but he's taking a break out. You might now be observing the people in your life who have not been their authentic selves. They have not been there to serve your greatest good. And you're evaluating those energies, and you're just taking a break to kind of clear out who belongs and who doesn't, to get that energy out of your environment. Let's see. With this energy, I'm also getting that you felt bound to something. You felt like you were tied to it when you didn't necessarily want to be, and now you're trying to release yourself from that. In your recent past, you have the Eight of Swords clarified with the Page of Cups. So in your recent past, you might have had some communication where somebody tried to provide you an opportunity of love, or you might have provided them an opportunity, but I feel like it's more of like if it's somebody that you've been arguing with and fighting with, they might come to you and be like, hey, let's try and give this another go. But you're like stuck in your head about it, as if you can trust them or if you can't trust them. You felt a lot of mental conflict regarding the situation. If you're in a current relationship that you're trying to end, you might have a lot of conflict about how everything has transpired and how do you get rid of it, and everything that's going to happen and what's going to happen in the future. It just speaks about a lot of mental conflict regarding a loving offer, or the offer of love, whether it was provided to you a long time ago or recently. You're finding it difficult to understand where to place it, difficult what to do with it. In your crowning energy, this is what you think about often. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which showed up multiple times in your pre-shuffle as well, with the High Priestess. What this speaks about is you're evaluating things and trying to see like where you put in the energy and where people didn't, and if it's something you want to continue, or how do you change things around, what do you want to focus on going forward. And with the High Priestess here, you're trying to use your intuition. You might not be talking to many people, if anybody, about the situation or your thoughts or opinions and feelings about it. You're just evaluating it. It's more of an internal energy of where you're looking at things, of how you built things, if it was worth it, if it's anything you can continue. And with the High Priestess, she has an intuition, but she's very secretive. She doesn't always speak her truth. She just knows it. So this is an energy that you're kind of just holding close to your chest. You're not sharing with many people what you're evaluating, how you're evaluating it, and the outcome that you're coming to. In your in your near future, you have the Sun card clarified with the Ace of Wands. The Sun card is the happiest card of the deck. The Ace of Wands speaks about a passionate opportunity provided by the divine. It's like a brand new gift of a passion. So you're excited to make a move. I think you're coming to a decision, if you haven't already, and you're excited to see how that transpires. And you're motivated and encouraged that it'll be to your benefit. And with the Sun card here, it looks like it will be. It looks like this passionate new opportunity. Whether you move, whether you start a new relationship, where you just be on your own and build your own self-confidence, your own awareness, your own joy, it's going to bring in a lot of peace, a lot of harmony, a lot of inspiration for new endeavors in the future. How you see yourself, we have the Strength card with the Two of Cups. So you see yourself as that you have the internal strength to overcome any of your obstacles, especially when it comes to this love connection that's been difficult for you. If you notice, when we were shuffling, this card was in the reverse, but it did come in the upright. So in your past, you might have been dissatisfied with something in regards to a loving connection, but you did find the internal strength to be able to move forward from that and make the decisions that were best for you. With this internal strength right here, well, the Strength card, it speaks about having that internal strength, right? It's not a force it's not an action of force. It's more a mental force. It's a strength that you have in regards to yourself. Like, you can overcome any obstacle that comes in that comes into contact with you. And I'm just noticing this little village way over here in the mountain. So it was a struggle for you to get here. It wasn't something that you just got there overnight, but through all the difficulties, possibly a lot in regards to love, you know what you're worth now. You know what you want now. You know what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. And since this Two of Cups did go in the upright, eventually I think your next relationship, you're going to have the internal strength to really evaluate it and use the High Priestess energy to really use your intuition and see if it's beneficial for you and if it's worth investing. And I think your next relationship that you do decide to commit to, they're going to be just as passionate and in for the long haul as you are. Other people see you right now. You have the Magician clarified with the Two of Wands. So other people see you that you're trying to make decisions. You're manifesting things that you want in your life. You might be moving, and other people see that you're very confident in regards to what you're going to get, where you're going to get it, how you're going to get it. Other people see that you do have all the tools necessary, all the tools in your tool belt that one would need to create and manifest a life of abundance. And now you're just trying to look and see, well, where do I want to go? What do I want to do next? And I think some people are jealous of that energy because other people might feel tied down and struggling, whereas you have the Strength card, you have the Magician here, you have the Sun card. So I think that even as difficult as things might have been, you feel very empowered, you feel very guided, and you have like this internal knowing that your life is supposed to be great. Your life is supposed to be abundant and joyful. And I think that that's exactly where you're heading. And so you're kind of you have like some haters that are very jealous of that, and let them hate. Take their energy. If that's the energy that they provide, take it. Energy is energy, and we can all use it, right? You have the ability with the Magician here. You have the ability to take in things that are meant for your detriment and turn them around to your benefit. What you're fearful of, you have the Ace of Swords clarified with the Strength in the reverse. So you're fearful of not being able to maintain this truth that you have within yourself and the strength. You might be going into like a court case of some sort. You might be in the middle of a divorce, or in the middle of a divorce, but kind of cycling towards the end of it. And you might be fearful that it's not going to go in your favor. You might be fearful that you're not going to come out as strong as you are going into it. But I think that this is just a concern energy. Like in your in your near future, you have the Sun card clarified with the Ace of Wands. Aces are something that's divinely given. So I feel like this change, it was, even though it might have took you a long time to get here, it was divinely guided. It was divinely inspired. And then you have the Strength in the upright as how you feel about yourself currently. So I think that this is just a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of concern, because we're all human, right? We all want to make sure that we are stable and grounded. And sometimes we might have things that cause us to be fearful if that's going to continue or not. But I feel very strongly that you're going to come into a power couple situation. You're going to be blessed for the difficulty that you've endured. And it's going to lead you to a more joyful life where your future is more bright than what your past has been. So my best advice to you is not to worry about this Strength in the reverse card. I feel like here it is. It's the it's the Ace of Swords, and you're fearful or hopeful. But with the cards that are here, I feel like it's a fearful energy, but it's something that's divinely guided. So even if you are in the middle of a court case or a situation that's difficult for you to bear, I feel like Spirit is really going to heavily be on your side and helping you to speak your truth, and helping the person that you're communicating that to, that's going to be able to weigh the situation for you. Spirit's going to help them to see the truth and the clarity in the matter so that it works out in your benefit. What we have for your final outcome, should everything remain the same, we have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So what this speaks about is that in your recent past, or sometime in your past, there was somebody that was potentially juggling you, and you felt left on the outside, but you had a passion to move forward in the situation. You decided to leave the past in the past and look forward to your future, even though you're not sure what it is and what's in store for you, and clarifying that you have the Star card. So what this speaks about is Again, I'm getting that energy of all these difficulties that you've had to overcome and endure. Being left out in the cold, having somebody juggle you, you trying to like juggle as if this is something you can continue, if you should move on from it or not. And then receiving this passionate, passionate insight to move forward. It's going to lead you to your wish fulfillment here with the Star card. And I wanted to get some more clarification on that. So we ended up with a little book over here. So let's see what it is. It's the Fool card, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, which you have out here in your, what you're thinking about, the King of Wands. You have the Two of Pentacles again, which was in the energy for your outcome, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so this is more clarifying the situation that's bringing in your wish fulfillment. You took an opportunity, you took a optimistic leap of faith with somebody to create a loving home that was nurturing for you, that was healthy and happy. Happy home, happy life, happy wife, happy husband, all the good stuff. And you looked at what was being built and you weren't satisfied with it. And so you tried to speak truth of communication and love for them. But you might not have received reciprocal energies. And then that caused you to look at what you've been building to see if it's fair, see if you can continue to do it or not. And then you received passionate movement or passionate direction. You might have even bumped into some conflict or disagreement with the person that you're trying to build with. And letting them know, hey, we need to change the way that we're working on things, change the way that this dynamic is in the relationship, and they might not have been satisfied with that. And so it caused you to decide, like, what do I want to do going forward? How do I want to change this energy around because you weren't happy with it? That caused a lot of mental conflict and stress for you and kind of blocked yourself off trying to evaluate the situation. You realized you were holding on to things that you shouldn't have been. You were having to defend yourself when you shouldn't have been. Other people were trying to win at any cost. And then that caused you to have this energy of feeling left out in the cold, trying to figure out how to balance things moving forward. And then you got inspired on how you're going to move forward. And that's going to bring in your wish fulfillment here. Give me just 1 second. We're going to get some additional clarification. See what else Spirit wants to make you aware of. For Leo, October 2020. Thank you, Spirit, for Leo. October 2020. Okay, you have the sacrifice and the giveaway. So this highly, highly speaks to me that you were the one in the relationship that was giving your all. Leos, we need to be pampered. We need to feel like somebody cares about us and that they're showing it and displaying it. And I don't feel like that was the case. So you tried to show them that you were trying to give away your love to them and that it was only them. And you sacrificed yourself in the process. And now Spirit's trying to come in and tell you, you deserve better. You're going to have better. You just need to allow it. And so I think you're there now of where you're realizing that you deserve better than what you had. You want more than what you had. And you're starting to put that action into place to actually receive that. For Leo, let's see what this is. The Council. So Spirit's like really advising you on your intuition. You might be listening to tarot readings and there's certain things that are really hitting home for you. And that's in regards to not sacrificing yourself anymore, to love yourself more than you love others. We have another pre-message here of the Owl, the Beloved, and the Andean Cross. So what I'm getting from this is that you're highly, highly intuitive, and you're realizing that Spirit wants you to be loved, that you deserve love just the way that you give it. And Spirit wants you to know that Spirit loves you, and Spirit has not been satisfied with the way that you've been treated, and they're going to come in, and Spirit is going to provide you with the truth. Spirit is going to provide you with clarity, and they're going to help the people in your situation be able to decipher the lies from the truth, the things that were done unfairly to you, to bring in, like it's going to like turn that energy around. Like you're basically going to be able to reap benefits from all the times that you gave away to other people when they didn't give to you, when they weren't deserving of it. Again, you have the council, the journey, the hummingbird, and the blade. So what this speaks about is spirit is really pushing you to have to stand in that strength energy, to defend yourself, to go on an internal journey. And I just want to point out with the journey card, there's another eagle, or excuse me, an owl at the top of his head. And owls, they're supposed to be like the great knowing, right? The great owl, the wise old owl. Spirit is counseling you to go internally and really evaluate your situation. And it looks like there's actually even a heart under the owl on his head. And that's about in the area of where your third eye is. So Spirit's really trying to show you some love. So with the hummingbird here, so you can have a gentle compassion for yourself regarding all the difficulty that you've endured with the blade here. People have not been truthful to you, and the communications have probably been very harsh and difficult and not fair. So Spirit's going to bring in that balance and correct any wrongdoings for you. You have the hunter and the child. So I feel like Spirit's really advising you to pursue your inner child joy, like the things that give you joy in life, to focus on that energy so that you can help Spirit to heal these negative energies that are around you that have been deceiving you for so long, to help you move forward. And I feel like really the only thing you need to do to move that along is to just love yourself, because you've showed other people love for so long and it wasn't returned to you. So now Spirit wants to see that you're loving yourself more than you've loved other people. Spirit wants you to see and act like you're worth it, because you are. And then you have the sweat lodge and the soul retrieval. So I feel like you need to spend some time by yourself, going through these difficult things, feeling these difficult energies so you can release them. And that's going to bring in your soul retrieval, of where you collect those pieces back that you've given away that you shouldn't have. And that's going to give you a new rebirth, a new lease on life, and you're going to be hopeful and joyful. And I feel like that's what's going to bring in your sun energy. You are supposed to be happy in this life. You're supposed to be abundant in this life. So all you have to do is love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate and caring to yourself, just like if you've been to those in your life that haven't returned the favor. Be that way for yourself. And then you have fire. You need to have passion for yourself and be willing to act on the intuition that those little intuitive pings that Spirit has given you. Thank you, Spirit, for me. Okay. And again, you have the sweat lodge, the curse, many paths, the eagle, and the tree of life. So what I'm getting out of this is you need to go internal, spend some time with the sweat lodge. I don't know if any of you have been to any of them. It's basically where you go in and you sit in like a tent thing or a teepee sometimes. It's sometimes it can be a cave, but you sit in there and they have heat. It's like basically being in a sauna. And there's moments where it's very difficult to breathe. It's hard to bear the situation. It's hard to have your physical presence in there. But mentally, it cleans out those energies. It allows healing for those difficult thought patterns, those difficult things. You might receive a lot of intuition when you're in those sweat lodges as well. And then you have the curse. And if you look at this lady, she has somebody holding their hand over her mouth. So it might have been where people were not letting you speak your truth, or you didn't speak your own truth, trying to help somebody else out, or trying not to cause too many riffles in the tide or the water, kind of, so to speak. But now you're being encouraged to seek your own path. There's many paths for you to follow. You have many desires, many things that you want to pursue, and there's many ways that you can go about this healing. And once you do, you have the eagle here. And the eagle, they're able to see things from a broader perspective. They're also a predator. They prey when they need to, but they aren't mean and hurtful. They don't go around just attacking other animals. They eat to survive. They don't eat just to kill or they don't kill things just to kill things. They kill things that they need to eat, and then they eat it. They don't really waste. And anything that is left after, other animals could come and eat them. So this speaks about like being willing to have the strength of a lion for yourself in a situation. Don't be too timid for other people to let them win or so that they feel better. Have the strength to stand in your own power and look at things from a broader perspective than you probably have been. And then you have the tree of life. What this speaks about is being able to come to a point where you're allowing yourself to grow again. You're allowing for your prosperity. If you can see all the little butterflies at the bottom of the tree, this is going to be something that you're able to create. They're going to start to fly up and out and go on to new ventures, be in new areas. Sorry, I just got a little sidetracked. There's, you're being called to an energy. You're being called to see something, hear something, do something, so that you can stand in your own power. A tree, especially if you look at this tree and look at its roots, right? This is a tree that is strong. It's a tree that is grounded. There's nothing that, like even if somebody comes over and whacks it with a chainsaw or something, that person is really going to have to fight hard to knock this tree over. And then it probably won't even be able to either way. These roots are very strongly grounded and sturdy. And this is something of nature, right? So it's natural for you to be able to stand on your own and bring in beauty and prosperity for yourself, which I don't think you have been to your full capability or the full capacity that you could have or should have. But in your near future, you're going to be able to find the strength and the clarity to be able to strengthen your roots and build a foundation that is right and just for you. Let's go ahead and get some blessed bee. For Leo, October 2020. Thank you, Spirit. Leo, October 2020. Okay. Leo, October 2020. Leo, October 20. This one wants to come out, but it hasn't jumped in. I don't play my readings that way. You have to jump, but we're going to look at it. A blessing of peace of mind. So Spirit is trying to help you to bring in clarity for yourself so that you can have peace in your environment. I think you're probably having to have a lot of arguments, which is causing you a lot of conflict. It might be difficult to sleep. And Spirit's going to come in and clear that energy away. All right, so let's look at what we have here. You have a blessing of the water, a blessing of your boundaries, and then a blessing for a mother. So what this speaks about to me, a blessing of the water. Water speaks about your emotions, right? Your intuition as well. And if you look, she's actually touching it. She's playing with the water. And she's touching the roots. So you're going to use your intuition to start to grow this tree. To bring in your confidence, the life that you want to create. And she's in the middle of a tree. So you're going to be really spending a lot of time, or Spirit is going to be guiding you and bringing people and places into your path that help you to stand in this energy where you're able to use your intuition more, so that you're able to see that you can trust your intuition, and that's going to help you to feel confident and to be able to grow this tree. And then a blessing of your boundaries. So you're no longer going to be able to allow people to get over on you. You're going to stand strong and firm with, hey, this is how I expect to be treated, and I'm going to treat you fairly, but I expect you to treat me fairly as well. And then a blessing of a mother. So some of you might have grandparents or mothers who are no longer with you on this physical plane, but know that they are there, know that they're with you, and they're protecting you and trying to get you onto the right path that suits you and that is something made out of love. And or some of you, if you're looking to have a baby, you might be blessed with that. Others of you, is Spirit's telling you to be motherly towards yourself, right? Nourish yourself, nurture yourself, give yourself the love and compassion that you had been wishing for, but that other people have not shown you. I feel like that this whole reading is about building up your self-confidence and really standing in that power and not being ashamed of it and not being regretful or remorseful for it, and like really being proud of it, but in a way that is healthy. You don't want to go and destroy somebody else's character or make somebody else feel less than, but you also don't want to let somebody else make you feel that way either. And I feel like a lot of people have in your past. But that's not going to be an energy that's able to continue. Spirit's really encouraging you to see the love that Spirit has for you. See that, like, have an expectation of great things in your future, because Spirit wants you to have those things. You're intended for those things, but they've been held back due to people that you've allowed in your environments, feelings that you've had, difficult feelings that you've had, and you're just being encouraged to kind of go in a sweat lodge and let that go. Especially, like, what I'm seeing is like this energy of, and I just noticed that on this lady as well, in her third eye area, she also has like a heart. I don't know if you can see it, but she has like a little heart right here in her third eye area, which was the same that, I don't know, I don't remember what card it was, but I think it came out in your pre-shuffle. But either way, I'm really getting that Spirit really wants you to go on an internal journey and see love for yourself. Find the love for yourself that you've given away or that you might have lost or not felt worthy of, because Spirit sees that you're worthy of that and so much more. You're supposed to be happy, prosperous, and abundant in this life, and you're going to have a solid foundation that comes in. Even though it took a while for it to get here, it is on its way. So just allow it to come in. We're going to go ahead and close this energy, close this reading with cleaning out our energy. Just wanted to remind everyone, if you like the way I read, please subscribe. If you've liked this reading, please like. If you feel like this reading could be helpful to yourself or somebody you know, please share for future use. Okay, Leo. Always be sure to love yourself. Always make sure that you're taking care of yourself and practicing self-love. And be excited for this new opportunity, this power couple, this sun, this joy, this prosperity that you have coming in your near future. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and light.